Good afternoon. Today is a beautiful day here in Carmen, Manitoba, and today we're doing a little workshop. We're doing a little workshop on site-specific sculpture out in the forest. So it's gonna be beautiful. And I'm also competing. There's some noise in the background. My dad's sawing some stuff there, so bear with me. The noise. I hope it's not too distracting. Yeah, and I also wanted to say that I work with Artbeat Studio. I'm a studio facilitator there. And Artbeat is a mental health organization that helps artists develop their skills, but also helps them with their mental health, using art as a tool to help them deal with and cope with their mental illness. So we're located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and please follow us on Facebook if you have Facebook, and yeah, stuff there. So today's sculpture is going to have a sort of a medieval feel to it, because I'm out in the forest in the country. It's kind of like there's not much civilization out here. I'm in the rural Carmen here, at rural Manitoba, and we're going to try to emulate sort of medieval feel to it, sort of like the Stonehenge sort of idea of like heraldry, sort of like wizardry. There's some ideas here, alchemy, sort of like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of feel to this site-specific sculpture here in Carmen, Manitoba, and it's just about to have fun. It's also called the form of sculpture I'm doing is like assemblage. It's like I'm using some objects I found. I'm not just making it out of clay or anything like that. I'm using some objects I found around my household, my studio, things I've collected over time, and it's a good way of recycling, repurposing old materials, old collectible things. Many of us in this time of the COVID crisis here have lots of accumulation of stuff, and if you can repurpose it, that's great. The other thing I was saying, like when you're setting up a site-specific sculpture, you can do it right in your own apartment or in your yard, in a garden area, or if you can do it in a public place, but you always have to have permission from whoever the landlord is. I've done some site-specific sculptures in public places, and it's very important to get permission, otherwise you get into trouble that way. So that's my little disclaimer, and here I've got my permission from the owner of the land, my dad, and I'm going to be having a little fun setting up a site-specific sculpture, and I will be talking a bit about mental health along the way, like how creativity helps me take my mind off, worries, and relaxes me and gets me focused on something productive rather than spinning on my anxieties and stuff. So thank you for joining me. So also, when you're starting out a big project, you want to make sure you're prepared, you're well rested, you're feeling good, you're sorry for the interruption. So you want to make sure you're well prepared for what you're going to endeavor here. So, I'm somewhat well rested. It's a beautiful sunny day. You don't want to fight the elements when you're going out in nature. So, it's a beautiful, nice day. A little warm in the sun. So I'm dressed in like a t-shirt, nice light clothing, some sweatpants for the forest, because I'll be doing some work in there, clearing some bush and stuff. So you want to make sure you're well hydrated with beverages like water, juice, that sort of thing. And you want to make sure you're prepared. So this is the perfect time to do this. I've been thinking about this site sculpture for a long time, and it's about time I get on it, So we're going to start by, my next little clip is going to show you what I've set up here, what I'm going to use for this site sculpture, and yeah, that's about it. Okay, so we've entered my studio here, and you see I've set out a whole bunch of hardware things, just things I've accumulated. I keep all my hardware in a little jar, and got some little, here we have some pliers that I'll need, all sorts of knickknacks here that could come in handy when I am setting up my site sculpture. So we got some wire, lots of wire, some twine, some of this nylon premium quality weather resistant rope. We have some clips here, nice clips. Some washers I found, lots of chains, some Velcro sticky stuff, a couple of locks. I don't know, I seem to think I might need some locks. And you got some bike brake pad thingies there. I got a whole bunch of things and some little clippy things here. So that's where we're going. That's my palette, if you'd like to call it that. And then here, this is what I'm thinking. So I picked up this sword a while ago, and I want to use it for like, something peaceful. I don't want to use it like in a. This piece is a very peaceful piece, so it's not like about war or anything like that. But it does have the Dungeons and Dragons kind of feel to it. I have a little dagger there and a sword. I'm going to use it in a really creative way and make something really good out of it. Here we have some bike tires that I also scavenged. So I'm going to use those 2 bike tires, the sword and the dagger, and these are all my fasteners. And now I'm going to take you out to the site where we're going to install the sword sculpture, site-specific sculpture. Okay, there's 2 little points I want to address. The first one is, what is sculpture? Sculpture is not just out of carving or like casting, or it's not just out of clay. Sculpture is like 3-dimensional objectry, like in a space. So it can be viewed from all sides. It's not like a flat surface where it's a painting or a drawing or a flat photograph. It's actually meant to be seen from all different sides, viewed, contemplated, meditated upon, reflected upon from all sides, and to help you stimulate thoughts and reflection. So that's sculpture. The second point is like site sculpture. What is site sculpture? Site sculpture, site-specific sculpture, it's spelled S-I-T-E. Site-specific sculpture is something that is placed in the environment, where it's totally responsive to the environment. It's like a relationship, relational to the environment. It's like a conversation with the environment. So I'm putting this sword in the middle of a forest. It's totally conversational. It's not like it's not like this sword could go anywhere else. It's not just a basic installation, because an installation is like, can be going to a gallery, and galleries look somewhat similar all over the place. There's 4 walls, and its installation is one thing. You can transplant it across the country. But a site-specific sculpture can only go in one specific place or similar space. So my sculpture here is developed specifically for this place. It's site-specific. It fits all the checkpoints, and that's what site-specific sculpture is, and in general terms, sculpture. So if you have an inclination towards the 3-dimensional, chances are you're a sculptural person. Some people are very like linear or like illustrative, where they're good with line. That's like linear line. And painterly is like with color. So painters are very painterly, illustrators are very linear, and sculptors are very sculptorly. So that's how it breaks down into three brackets there. So thank you. Okay, so let me talk about mental health for an instant. So you see, I just got so carried away with this little project I created for myself. It's like I'm feeling very happy, energetic, motivated. My anxiety's like way down. I'm not thinking about things that are bothering me or anything. I'm just like, my imagination is firing on all cylinders, and life seems good right now. So that's how art helps people cope who have mental health issues. So I have my own. So I just wanted to say that, so doing this sculpture or any kind of art is a great way to bring yourself down from a heightened, mentally unwell place, and it's very relaxing, meditative. I feel like I have a purpose right now. Otherwise, I'd be going crazy looking at on the internet, sending emails that don't need to be sent. I'm doing something constructive, purposeful. It has lots of meaning to me, and when it's all done, it'll have some meaning to other people too, I'm sure. And it's going to beautify the environment and get people thinking, break them out of their box and get people thinking outside of the box. So there's lots of purpose to art, and art really helps with mental health. It's the creativity is something that helps a lot. The other thing I was going to mention was, you might think because you don't have a beautiful forest to work in, or you're just in your house or your apartment, and you don't have a place to do this kind of site-specific sculpture. Well, you don't have to work big. You can work small, or you can create different objects. Like, you get a whole bunch of different objects, found objects, and assemble them in a way that you put in your washroom or in your hallway or in your bedroom or in your closet. You can do these things anywhere, and if they have a meaning to you, it makes perfect sense. Like to go repurpose some objects and make your house beautiful, your apartment beautiful, your home beautiful, and it doesn't have to be over the top and take up a lot of room in your place. Just make it small and just do one little site-specific sculpture, and you're on your way. You'll feel a lot better. Time goes by so quickly when you're doing something like this, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So